Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to tackle one of the biggest and honestly scariest concerns for people with diabetes who want to be active. My goal here is to help you build a plan that lets you get all the incredible benefits of exercise without the fear. So let's just get right into it, that core dilemma. You know that exercise is one of the best things you can do for your diabetes management, but that risk of a low blood sugar, a hypo, well, it can be genuinely terrifying. And look, that's a totally valid fear. It stops way too many people from getting active, and today we are going to take that fear apart, piece by piece, with a clear, actionable plan. First things first, let's be crystal clear on what we're talking about. Hypoglycemia is when your blood glucose drops below 70 milligrams per deciliter. Just think of 70 as the yellow light. It's the official number where you need to stop, pay attention, and take action. Now, if it drops below 54, that's a red light. That becomes a serious medical emergency. So, what does a low actually feel like? Well, the classic warning signs are things like shaking, sweating, maybe feeling confused or dizzy, or just this sudden wave of weakness that hits you out of nowhere. And here's the catch, right? A lot of these feel exactly like you're just crushing a hard workout. That's precisely why monitoring is our #1 tool for staying safe. But I really want this to sink in. This is probably the most important thing you'll hear today. A low from exercise is not some random, unavoidable event. It is highly predictable. And because it's predictable, it is absolutely 100% preventable. You have the power to exercise safely, I promise. And we're about to walk through exactly how to do it. Okay, so to really get a handle on preventing lows, we have to start with the why. There are three main things happening in your body when you exercise that can cause your sugar to drop. And once you get this, all the prevention steps are going to make perfect sense. It's really a powerful triple threat. First up, your muscles basically turn into super sponges for sugar. They become way more sensitive to any insulin in your system. Second, while you're working out, those muscles are just burning through glucose like crazy. And third, and this is the one that gets a lot of people, after you're done, your muscles spend hours pulling even more sugar out of your blood to restock their energy stores. We have to plan for all three of these things. Now, this is maybe the sneakiest part of the whole thing, the delayed low. Your risk doesn't just stop the second you finish your cooldown. In fact, it's just getting started. Over 40% of exercise-related lows happen in this window, often between 6 and 15 hours after you've stopped moving. And notice that peak danger zone? It's overnight while you're asleep. This is exactly why what you do after your workout is so critical. All right, so we've got the why down. Now for the fun part, the how. This is your practical, step-by-step playbook, your system for staying safe every single time you want to get a workout in. Step 1 is all about what you do before you move. Your safety doesn't start with your first stride or your first rep. It starts before you even tie your shoes. It all comes down to three things: checking, fueling, and packing. Think of this as your non-negotiable pre-flight checklist. Your goal is to start in that green safe zone, ideally somewhere between 100 and 180. That gives you a nice safety cushion. If you're below 100, the rule is simple. You need to eat some carbs and wait until you're in that green zone to start. And definitely notice that red flag at the bottom. If you're over 250 with ketones present, that's a hard stop. It's a sign your body doesn't have enough insulin, and exercise could actually make things much worse. And this is your safety kit. You never, ever go for a workout without these things right there with you. Your fast-acting carbs, like glucose tabs or a juice box, are your first line of defense. Just think of this kit like a seatbelt. You really hope you never have to use it, but you would never, ever drive without it. Okay, on to step 2, monitoring while you're actually moving. You've got to stay vigilant. If you use a CGM, a great pro tip is to set your low alert to 80. That way, you get a heads up before you're actually low. If you're not on a CGM, then the gold standard is a quick fingerstick check about every 30 minutes. Now, what if you do start to feel those symptoms, or your monitor confirms you're dropping below 70? You stop, right then and there. This is not the time to push through it. Instead, you just followed this simple, life-saving rule, the 15-15 rule. You eat 15 grams of fast-acting carbs, you set a timer for 15 minutes, and then you recheck. It's a clear, simple plan for what can be a really stressful moment. Now, if you're going for a longer workout, let's say anything over an hour, we need to switch from being reactive to being proactive. Don't wait for the alarm to go off. Fueling with about 15 to 30 grams of carbs every hour is the key to staying ahead of that drop and keeping your energy stable. So remember that sneaky delayed hypo window we talked about? Well, this is how you shut it down. Your post-workout routine is every bit as important as your prep. You're going to check your glucose soon after you finish, have a snack that combines protein and carbs to keep things stable, and this is the most important one, check again right before you go to bed. And check this out. This really shows you just how powerful that last step is. One study found that on days you exercise, if your glucose is under 120 at bedtime, having a simple snack can cut your risk of a dangerous overnight low by a whopping 67%. I mean, that's a huge win for something so simple. Okay, following these rules will keep you safe, for sure. That's the foundation. But to get to that next level, to where you feel truly confident, that's all about mastering your body's unique response to exercise. Because here's the thing, everyone is different. You might find that a 30-minute morning run makes your sugar plummet by 80 points, but maybe lifting weights in the evening only causes a slow 40-point drop hours later. These rules are your starting point, but your personal data is what turns this from a guessing game into a science. So how do you find those patterns? It's simple, really. For the next few weeks, just keep a simple log. Note your starting sugar, what kind of exercise you did, and for how long, what carbs you had, and then just see what happened, both right away and a few hours later. It might seem like a bit of work at first, but the insights you'll get are an absolute game changer. But here's the really cool part. You don't have to do all this with a notepad and pen. You can completely automate it. When you connect a workout tracker like Strava with a health app like My Health Gheware, you can get AI-powered insights that do the work for you, pinpointing your exact patterns without all that manual logging. So let's bring this all home. When you understand the why behind the drops and you consistently follow the how with this 4-step system, you start to systematically replace that feeling of fear with a feeling of confidence. It all comes down to this. Preparation is the antidote to fear. And of course, a really important reminder, this is all for educational purposes. You should always talk to your doctor or your diabetes care team before you make any big changes to your exercise routine or especially your insulin doses. They can help you create a plan that's tailored specifically for you. But you absolutely have the power to do this. Remember those 3 words: monitor, prepare, and respond. With those strategies, you can unlock all of the amazing benefits of being active for your health and your diabetes management. And you can do it safely and confidently. So, I'll leave you with a question to get you started. What's the one pattern you're going to start tracking on your very next workout? Your journey to exercising with confidence begins with that first piece of data. To learn more and get started, you can visit health.gheware.com.